My bad, y'all, before I was rudely interrupted.
All bad, because this era is when Oakland's hip-hop reign began. Rappers Too Short, MC Hammer, Drew Down, Shock G, and Richie Rich all came along and gave Oakland the national spotlight. They all had a unique style and represented the Bay Area to the fullest. This can be remembered as the G-Funk era. But after this, a new trend came along in Oakland.
Ain't E40 from Oakland?
Welcome to the Bay.
Hey, get the hell out of here.
Let me introduce you to the hyphy movement. First, you're probably thinking, what is hyphy? Hyphy, to be extremely rowdy, excited, and energetic. And that perfectly describes Oakland. If you want to hear what the hyphy movement sounded like, check out Mr. Fab, Keep the Sneak, and Tracks a Million. So hopefully this gave you guys a taste of Oakland and its history and culture, but I know that's not what you came here for. So let's get into the good stuff. And as much as Oakland is a vibrant and fun city, it also has a darker side. A side that we will cover from top to bottom. But before we get into it, let me run the intro.
Y'all don't know about that dance. Y'all too young for that. Y'all don't know what I was just doing.
Oakland is having its worst year since 1992. It's November, and the city has over 125 homicides. This gives it one of the top 5 highest rates in the country. Many Bay Area residents are wondering what in the world is going on. But here's the thing.
Man, them
it's
youngins
really
got them
not all that
switches now. That's what's going on.
They tell you everything you need to know in their music. Now, I assume that most of you aren't as bored as I am, so you probably have no interest in looking into it yourself. But me? Yeah, I took the time to put everything together. Why, might you be asking? I really don't know, it's kind of sad. But either way, I'll break it down in a simple manner for everyone to understand. Oakland pretty much has 3 sides, the 2s, 3s, and 4s. But in order for it to make sense, let's head back to the start.
What I'd be so curious about is how do people come up with these names, bro? Like, who was first? How is it just so ironic that it's 3 sides of Oakland and it's 2s, 3s, and 4s? Why can't it be 2s, 6s, and 8s? 1s, 4s, and 9s? Why 2, 3, 4? Like, did they be like, yeah, all right, boom. We don't fuck with y'all, but we're going to be 2s. Y'all be 3s. And the other people we don't fuck with going to be 4s. Like, how does that, like, hey.
It all started in 2002 with a man named Leon Wiley and his friend DeMarcus Rawls. Both were residents of the Acorn Apartments in West Oakland. Leon Wiley's nickname was Tweezy, and Tweezy's name was known all over Oakland, and not for good reasons. In fact, he was feared by most, if not all. Well, it all started when Tweezy fell out with their group of guys right down the street. About 4 blocks away from Acorn, you have Campbell Village. Acorn and Campbell were at odds over some minor disagreements. Well, Tweezy would put that issue to sleep. Literally. Bam! Due to their reputation, Tweezy started calling him and his friends the Nutcase, and then they became known as the 400. And their game plan was Shaquille O'Neal. Dominate. They were not going to let anyone get in their way. It didn't matter how old, where.
That's a good ass reference.
The
No
Nutcase
cap.
were going to get their way no matter what. But they quickly realized that it was hard to do it alone. They needed to add to their roster. And that's exactly what they did. They made allies with East Oakland's strongest sections. Their first addition was Bossland. Boss stands for Birch, Olive, and Sunnyside, which are the streets they cover. But then, Nutcase added 88th shortly after, but more specifically, the Hillside Apartments. This was a new phenomenon in Oakland. It used to be that everyone had their own identity, so this teaming up stuff was brand new. And for the next 8 years, Nutcase would continue expanding. They would add an area called 55th, also known as 557. They're located right up the street from Seminary. So let me break down the original Nutcase. It was Acorn in West Oakland, Bossland, 88th, and 55th. And at this point, it was just unfair. It was like when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, like a ridiculous all-star roster. So naturally, the rest of Oakland was like, hey, we need to team up as well, or else we will not have a chance out here. But that wouldn't start happening until November 6, 2010.
Wait, so is there no gangs in Oakland? Like, there's no like Bloods and Crips and shit out in Oakland, like LA. It's just like streets and hoods. That's how it is here. It's streets and hoods, bro. If you rep your hood, that's it. Period.
That's the day that two 18-year-olds, Ed Hampton and Nario Jackson, are sitting in their car in West Oakland. That's when Nicholas Harris pulls up and bam.
Oh damn. So everybody
So
just
that's when West Oakland's ghost town decided that enough is enough. They would band together with the rest of West Oakland, except for Acorn, of course. And together, they would call themselves ENT, Ed Nario Team. They would also adopt the nickname Stubby and the number 300. So let me clarify again. 400 is Nutcase and 300 is Stubby ENT. So Stubby would continue to expand as well, as they needed strongholds in the east to match the Case expansion. So this was the start of 300 versus 400. Okay. So let's get into it. Well, the new generation of Case would face internal affairs before anything. April 21st, 2012. A group of teens are hanging out at the park on 77th. That's when Shantae Daniels gets into a disagreement with his close friend. Bam! January 7th, 2013. Tyrante Mickens would be sitting in his car on 77th and Hamilton. Bam! Damn. This right here would be a huge loss for Case. You hear them talk about him all the time, still to this day. Well, they would pop out a few months later and in a major way. June 27th, 2013. This is the recount of a woman named Michelle Nelson as she told OPD back in 2014. Stubby's William Ward, also known as Wheeze, was living on 84th at the time, and that's where he and other Stubby would hang out. Well, on June 27th, he would be outside with a group of friends. Well, Michelle notices that his friends vanish off behind him, and Wheeze would be standing out there alone for a few seconds. That's when a blue car pulls up, and
they backdoored his ass.
This is when things get interesting. A friend of William Ward would say that a girl called him right after and told him that it was a man named DeMonte Starks, also known as Biggs. This was still not enough, so a man named Eddie Williams would volunteer to help out under one condition. Eddie wanted them to help his family out with legal issues. Both sides would agree. Eddie Williams would wear a wire and be placed with DeMonte Starks.
Oh my God, here we go with this again. It never fails, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Stay to yourself, bro. Focus on yourself, bro. I promise you, bro. Niggas will be the downfall of you, bro. I don't care if you hooping. I don't care if you doing YouTube. I don't care if you in the streets. I don't care if you on the block, bro. Stay to yourself, bro. Do your dirt yourself, bro. You can't snitch on yourself unless you do it. Feel me? You can't get in trouble unless you get yourself in trouble, bro. It never fails. Every time we watch something like this, bro, with a whole gang and somebody get indicted, they start snitching, the whole gang get indicted. Now they all get taken down. Every time, bro. And it ain't like it's just some new generation shit. Niggas was doing it back in the day. Come on, bro. When niggas gonna learn their lessons?
Eddie would ask DeMonte what happened on June 27th. DeMonte, who thought Eddie was his friend, would tell him everything. So Eddie would leave after getting what he wanted. He would run yelling, "I got him, we did it, we did it." And he's right, they did do it. August 14th, 2014. Case's Norman Lewis, also known as Norm, would be on 80th and Alder. Bam. Now, this wasn't nearly close to everything that's happened over this time span, but it was really the most important events. So let's skip ahead to what's known as the fourth generation, the new era of Oakland. Case and Stubby are pretty much everywhere now. So let me break down the new era. Let's start with Case. In West Oakland, Case covers Acorn, which is represented by Yid, and most importantly, Kato. He recently got famous for his hit song Go Off. Then in North Oakland, Case covers Ice City, which is represented by Lil Rod and Lil Freezem. This is actually the neighborhood that Marshawn Lynch is from. Now let's head to East Oakland. Well, this is where it gets crazy. They now cover most of the 20s, also known as the Dubs. They're represented by Oakland's two biggest rappers, Offset Jim and All Black. Then they cover an area of East Oakland called Fairfax. They're represented by Fredo Bags and Kai Benji, who's from High Street. Those two are pretty much top dogs right now in Oakland. Then you have the 69th Village, who's represented by Repossession Rin. Then Case also covers the 88th Hillside Apartments, which is represented by Yachty Benji. And yo, this is how he looked a year ago. And this is how he looks now.
Oh.
He went from Charles Barkley to Sam Cassell in just 1 year.
Y'all know what that is, right? That's dog food, bro. I don't care what y'all. I don't care which. It's dog food, bro. Nothing else gonna get you like that. But weed ain't gonna do it, bro. Perks ain't gonna do it, bro. It's dog food, bro. Dog food or like some meth, bro. Like no funny, bro. You hear me? Like them some hard drugs, bro. Like cause he got some drink in his bottle right there. Drink bloat you, bro. That shit don't make you skinny. Oh, bro.
Then finally, you have Bossland, which is represented by Bossland Chris, Zayel, DNI Mike, and Capolo. Wow, so that's all 400 now. Case covers all that area, but Stubby has expanded as well. They cover Ghost Town in West Oakland, 77th, 73rd, and the Alphabets. The Alphabets are A through D Street in East Oakland. Stubby is represented by a rapper named Spidey. Well, Stubby is no longer alone in this battle. A new number has risen in Oakland. 200, also known as Two Letters. They are close allies with Stubby, so essentially 200 and 300 are the same thing. Well, 200 are represented by a rapper named Cold Game who's from San Leandro. All Black would call him out on a song saying, "They bang in the suburbs like they Cold Game." But 200 also have a rapper named Ace Rico, and he's from the same neighborhood as All Black. So all of this is messy. But Case say that Ace Rico is from the suburbs of San Leandro anyway. Anyways, 200 occupy the Alvin Groom's apartments in East Oakland as well. So if you look at a map, this is what Oakland looks like now.
Damn. Niggas is everywhere, fool. How?
Everything has changed.
What the?
So let's get into the important events. Well, actually, I'm not going to do the whole BAM thing. I'll just list off what happened. It's way too much to cover. Recently, some paperwork has come out
Case
of
gang
Spidey's name. In the paperwork, he allegedly tells what 4s and 3s mean. He also says that he cracks 4s. If this is true, do you guys think that this is okay or not? Did he violate the rules? Well, basically the whole Bay Area would think so, and Stubby would DP him. But clearly not everyone thought it wasn't okay, because he would hit the studio with San Francisco rapper Swervy. Yo, it's a paperwork convention. Anyways, all jokes aside, this situation is crazy, and we can only hope that it will resolve itself in some manner. It has gotten even crazier now that Sacramento's CML Lavish D has sided with Case. You can see him in many of their music videos and vice versa, but Stubby was not a fan of this.
You know they need some help, they clicked out with lab gangs.
Niggas waiting inside with it.
And on that note, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Swamps.
That was a lot, bro. That's a lot of shit going on in the city. I can't lie. I might gotta tap into Oakland some more because I want to know what happened, how it happened, and the events that happened, not just who passed away. And hey, y'all want me to do another Oakland video? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see another Oakland video, let me know which one to do. All right, it's Ty Fetty with the Fetty, man. Make sure y'all stay smart, stay dangerous, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time, man. I'm gone.